Hi everybody, my name is Victor Gonzalez. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions. I'm here with my colleague, Sara Bliss.
Hi, I'm the Senior Assistant Director of Admissions Operations, and today we're here to talk about a very important part of our application.
That's right, we're going to talk about the Self-Reported Student Academic Record, or SSAR, as some people refer to it. Sara, briefly tell me what the SSAR is and how it's used in the application process.
Sure. So the SSAR is a way to report the courses that you've taken in the past or courses that you're currently enrolled in, and just telling us what grades you got in those courses, and it's an easier way for you to report your coursework without us getting a high school transcript directly from your school. And it's important to note that if you have already sent a transcript from your high school, that does not satisfy this part of the application. The SSAR is going to be a requirement for all of our U.S. applicants that are freshmen. And also, once you have been accepted to Flagler way down the road, that's when you would go ahead and have your high school send us a copy of your transcript.
If they haven't already.
Right.
And where exactly can a student complete this SSAR?
So the day that your application is brought in, we do email you, and that email does contain a link to take you to the website, but if you'd like to go there on your own, it's just selfreportedtranscript.com/SSAR.
Excellent. What type of information is on this SSAR? What type of information are students inputting, and what will they need to do that?
Sure. So I recommend having a couple things in front of you just to make sure you've got all your questions answered and you can be as accurate as possible. I recommend having an unofficial copy of your transcript in front of you just at home while you're filling this out. And then also open up that SSAR frequently asked questions page. We do email that to you as well. So just have that open on your computer, and as you're going through it, a couple of major things you do want to look out for. If you are in classes currently, which most of you are, please still list your in-progress courses. So senior year classes, instead of putting a grade, you'll use from the drop-down menu, you'll just select in progress. So that is an option on the website. Middle school grades, also very important. So if you have gotten high school credit for something like Algebra 1 or Spanish 1, maybe 7th or 8th grade, we do want those included on the SSAR as well. And finally, dual enrollment. A lot of students these days are taking classes at local colleges. We do want those included on your SSAR as well. And in the level of the course, you can select dual enrollment as one of those options. So
I think that's kind of where it gets a little bit tricky sometimes for students, so I think we should clear up. If a student took a class maybe in middle school that was worth high school credit, they didn't do that great, maybe they want to retake that class, maybe they did so in 9th grade or maybe in 10th grade, are they listing both grades or are they only using 1 year?
So if you've repeated the exact same course for grade forgiveness, that's when you would want to only list the most recent class that you've taken and the higher grade. So it does have to be the exact same course though, not just another math class or another language class. It does have to be the exact same course, but we do allow you to do grade replacement in that case.
Let's talk a little bit about half credits and full credits. Some courses are only worth half, some courses are worth full. Kind of briefly run down the list there of what to expect.
So if you've taken a course and on your high school transcript it gives you half credit, then on the SSAR that translates to just listing 1 semester. And if you've gotten a full credit, you would list it for 2 semesters. So when you pull up the website, there are 2 different drop-down boxes for semester 1 and semester 2. If it's a full credit class, you fill both of those out. If it's a 1 credit class, you only fill out one of those drop boxes and leave the other one alone. You'll be all good.
And with dual enrollment, sometimes you're only taking a class for 1 semester, but it's actually worth a full credit on your high school transcript. So be sure to kind of see what your high school says about that. Maybe work with your guidance counselor just to make sure that you're listing it appropriately on the SSAR.
Yep.
Now, after students completed their SSAR, what's the next step?
So once you've submitted all the coursework information, everything's on the website, you go to the very end of that website and there's a big blue button that says submit. Very important that you press that. That's what kind of locks in your information. And once you've done that, head back to that email we sent you, and there is a URL that says link SSAR here. Once you click on that, it'll bring you to a pop-up window that allows you to see that you've successfully linked your SSAR to your Flagler application.
Excellent. Once the SSAR is submitted, is that it? Are students set?
For that part, but we do have a lot of other components to our application, so make sure that you're staying in contact with your admissions counselor and also tracking the status of your application online at any time, which is also provided in that email. And really the items that you want to be working on are the essay and your academic recommendation letter. your application fee or your valid fee waiver, and then finally test scores as well. And if you're going to submit the SAT, you want to use the College Board website. The code for that site is 5235. And if you're using the ACT, you go to act.org, and that code is 0772.
As always, if you guys have any other questions, we're happy to take your phone calls, answer your emails. Please feel free to reach out to us. You can also reach out to the admissions email or phone number. Do you know those off the top of your head?
Yeah, so the main admissions email account is admissions@flagler.edu. So that's admissions, plural, @flagler.edu, and our main number is 904-819-6220. But in the email I've been referencing, if you go to the very bottom, you've got the contact information for your specific admissions counselor as well. So it lists their phone number, lists their email address, even our fax number and our street address. So please, again, don't be shy. That's what we're here for, and we're happy to help throughout the rest of the process.
Yeah. So good luck, and again, just to kind of emphasize what Sarah says, please reach out and get to know us, and we're here to help. So have a good one.